Can somebody please get this man Shakur Stevenson a PR person pronto? We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxing Ego Unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Shakur, aka Hum. What is going on? In this video, I gotta really unpack this. A brand new face-off just came out with Shakur Stevenson as he prepares for champion Teofimo Lopez. A bunch of you sent me the clip and wanted me to review it, right? For starters, before I get started, the promotion for this particular fight has been absolutely abysmal. You would think that DAZN and Turkey and Ring would pull out all the stops for an American fight. It goes to show me that they're not really, either they don't know what to do or they're not as invested in the USA market, because how do you have a fight like this with a good co-main with Keyshawn and Jermaine Ortiz, and the promotion has been meh, very weird. Like even this face-off, the face-off is like a little over 10 minutes. Like that's all the shoulder programming. We don't have no like camp life. This is what's going on. Whoop-de-whoop. Come on. And you guys said Turkey was taking over the game. What happened to all those cinematic trailers where they were doing the Braveheart? Tell them that Scotland is free. You know, what happened to the Braveheart Mel Gibson apocalypto movie trailers that they were running for much lesser fights, or at least lesser anticipation? You were doing these commercials for them, but now you have this fight, and it's literally, today is January 15th. The fight is probably like 2 weeks, you know, at the end of the month. Very weird. But I had to take this time to talk about Hum, aka Shakur Stevenson. This man, as I stated at the beginning of this video, needs a PR person pronto. The more you put him on camera, I tell you guys, the most dangerous thing is a camera, a microphone, and that Wi-Fi connection. And these social media babies, they really, it's like they don't get it. There's so many interviews where they said this, where they said that. And I don't know if they're doing so many interviews and podcasts where they forget what they previously said, but I always seem to find the contradiction. So I got the trusted headsets. We gonna get it cracking and listen to some of this face off, and I'll let you know what specifically I'm talking about. Roll the clip.
And eventually top one for pound.
But that ain't what you said, bro.
What'd I say?
I gotta remind you, you said basically I'm good at the lower weight classes. The only way that I'm going to be good is I fight at 126 pounds against guys like Inoue. But once I move up, you're gonna, I can't compete at this level at that weight class. So that's what you said.
When did I say this?
I want to say it was the Danza Project. You was sitting there doing the interview.
So right then off rip, it shows you that Shakur Stevenson like really be stalking the game and watching everything, because he's quoting an old interview, I guess, allegedly from Teofimo, and he knows exactly the source and what interview was on. Like that's some like boxing ego type of memory. You know what I mean? So it tells you he pays attention. See, I remember these things because this is my job. I'm a content creator. So I do this every day. So I got to queue up the clip. You know what I mean? Because this is my job. So I know what these fighters are saying. I know where the interview was. I pay attribution to the podcast that it came from. So that's why I can remember. But he's just kind of like a bystander who may happen to see stuff. He's not a content creator where he got to load up the clips. Like if I'm loading up I'm like 50 in them, G-Unit. I load up the clips. You know what I mean? I'm for real. I load up the clips. So it sticks with you in your mind. But he remembers all this, and so it just shows you he's watching everything. But that's not even my issue. Let's keep going.
I want to say that's what you said, yeah.
So about like 2 years ago.
Yeah, you said I can't move up.
It was 2 years ago. Change. Things change.
Okay, so you
Like,
respect it now.
No, it's not that I respect it. It's just that from what I was going off of was the present moment. I think he was fighting at 30. You feel me?
Yeah.
I was already going up to the 40s. I was already at 40.
Yeah, for sure.
So you see that 10-pound gap. I was thinking I was probably going to move up to 47.
Okay, seeing me, you think I'm smaller in person, or like, what do you think?
Boom. You can already see where Boxing Ego is headed with this. So I have made recent videos where Shakur was exposed because he contradicted himself in the fact that he's asking for rehydration clauses versus Devin Haney and Conor Benn. But previously, he had a issue with specifically Gervonta Davis, the guy that a lot of these rivals hate on, right? And he was trying to clown Tank Davis for fighting Ryan Garcia and putting a rehydration clause. I've already fully exposed that. I will leave it up to you, the viewer, to find that video on my channel. It is not hard. It literally says Shakur Stevenson exposed. Wait, you'll be able to find it if you want to. If you don't, then scram. So I've already exposed that. Shakur did an interview, and actually I did a couple of videos about it. But Shakur did an interview where he was trying to explain away how it made sense and how it's not a contradiction. I made a follow-up video and continued to cook and expose how it is a contradiction. But now, that's why I'm saying he needs a PR person, because he's a great fighter. And I think it's like being an actor. You could be a great actor. It doesn't mean you're a great person. It doesn't mean you're great to work with on the set. You dig? And I feel like, I'm not saying Shakur's a good or bad person, but what I'm saying is the interview, you don't make yourself more likable in a lot of ways, especially when people are finding so many contradictions with things that you've said. So particularly in case you missed it and you need Boxing Ego to spell it out for you, he's quoting Teofimo Lopez from an interview like 2 years ago. He knows exactly the source of the interview and everything, which shows you he's paying attention. And if you listen to his tone, he's actually almost like smirkish that Teo once, I guess 2 years ago, stated that he wouldn't be able to compete at the higher weight classes and wouldn't be able to properly move up because it would be too much. And he's like, basically, what do you feel now? And the way he's saying it, to me, it sounds like he's rejoicing a little bit. Like, what do you have to say now? When you see me now, am I still little? Like, he likes it sounds like he likes the fact that over time he's grown and now he looks, what I've been telling you, bigger than Teofimo Lopez. Because he's asking almost in a snarky way, like, hey, you said I wouldn't be able to compete and move up, but now look at me. You know what I mean? Like, I got my weight up, so to speak.
Yeah, for sure.
So you see that 10-pound gap. I was thinking I was probably going to move up to 47.
Okay, seeing me, you think I'm smaller in person, or like, what do you think?
I know nothing.
See? And he has like a smirk on his face. And Teo's just like, I know nothing. So, for one, why are you stressing comments made from 2 years ago, right? And I like to be honest, I do like the way T.O. played it. He was like, I don't know. I know nothing. At that time, I was thinking I was going to go to welterweight. You were still at 130. So to me, at that point, you didn't seem like you'd be able to move up. Things changed. Literally what T.O. said. And I can respect that as a response because there is a time where things change, right? And to me, it would be better if Shakur, as a man, used that same Teofimo logic of, hey, I may have said this, but I said it 2 years ago, and things obviously changed. Cool, no biggie, right? Shakur, he critiqued and criticized Tank on them rehydration clauses, but instead of owning it like T.O. did and saying, hey, you know, my opinion on that has changed because people are weight bullying, people are cheating. Ryan missed weight later with Devin Haney. He's not seriously disciplined, and he came in overweight versus Devin. He popped dirty. So Tank was right. Boxing Ego was right. Tank was right to put Ryan on the rehydration clause. See, as a man, I can't tell you how it feels to be a woman, but as a man, it feels so much better when you're transparent and you keep it real and you are honest, because when you do those things, it makes you like almost bulletproof and untouchable because you're not bigger than the program. You can admit fault. You can admit like when you're wrong. And I think that is a huge, huge skill that a lot of these like current men, especially these fake alpha male podcasters and stuff like that, it's like you're lacking. You're lacking. For a man to admit defeat or admit like temporary defeat, you don't have to be defeated for life, but just defeat in the here and now. Like, hey, you know, when I said that, I was tripping. But now you're right. I am crazy. But you know what else? What movie is that from? I want to see if y'all know what movie. I didn't see who knows they movies. But now you're right. I am crazy. But you know what else? I don't give a boom. So you can hear in Shakur's voice, he's kind of like, oh, you said it was small, but what do you have to say for yourself now, so to speak? You know what I mean? And it just further cements my greatness, proves to y'all I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. Because I've been telling you, Shakur is not he's not as small and tiny as he depicts. Otherwise, I don't think he would be acting like this. So this is what I'm saying. He needs a PR person. One interview, he's like, oh, y'all begging me to move to 147 to fight with no rehydration clause versus Conor Ben and Devin. But these guys are walking around 20 to 30 pounds heavier. I can't do that. I'm not that big. But then now you're like boastfully bringing up a 2-year-old interview to Teofimo, asking him if his thoughts change. When you see me now, do I look big? Bro, this man is all over the place and he doesn't even realize it. 1 minute, you literally just did an interview where you said these other guys at 47, they walk around at 20 to 30 pounds bigger, and I'm a little guy, which I told you was cap. In my previous Ego Weight Watchers videos, I told you that was cap. He's not small. When you look at Shakur Stevenson and you look at Tank Davis, that's someone small. Go look at that recent video. Tank has no announced fight. Apparently, there's some huge manhunt out to get him in Miami, right? And he posted a video with the John Morant jersey. You look at that clip with Tank, and then look at Shakur in the buildup for the Teofimo fight, and tell me if you didn't know them from a can of paint that you would think Shakur and Tank were in the same weight class. You wouldn't. Tank looked lean, in shape, he's shorter, and he just looks a lot smaller. So for me, this just looks bad for Shakur Stevenson because he continues to, I don't know if it's good cop, bad cop. I don't really know what he's doing, but it's real passive aggressive. 1 minute you're this little small guy, but then now you're at the face-off with Teofimo and trying to rub it in his face. Hey, you previously said I was too small to move up, but now do you still feel the same way? Bro, get this out of here.
I think he was fighting at 30. You feel me?
Yeah.
I was already going up to the 40s. I was already at 40.
Yeah, for sure.
So you see that 10-pound gap. I was thinking I was probably going to move up to 47.
Okay, seeing me, you think I'm smaller in person, or like, what do you think?
I know nothing.
Okay.
I know nothing, man.
I think that was your angle with Lomachenko. Like, I felt like you knew how little Lomachenko was, and you kind of capitalized off of that.
Heck no, that man was a lot to deal with.
Bro, again, now he says that was your angle in the Lomachenko fight. Bro, get this man out of here, bro. I can't listen to this and take it seriously. Now he's saying in an effort to, I guess, denigrate Shakur Stevenson is trying to denigrate Teo's performance versus Lomachenko, right? He's like, yo, I think that was your whole angle in your game plan because you knew Lomachenko was small. This is what the man just said. What are we doing? Like, what's good?
What I was going off of was the present moment. I think he was fighting at 30. You feel me?
Yeah.
I was already going up to the 40s. I was already at 40.
Yeah, for sure.
So you see that 10-pound gap. I was thinking I was probably going to move up to 47.
Okay, seeing me, you think I'm smaller in person, or like, what do you think?
I know nothing.
Okay.
I know nothing, man. I'm
Cause
just
I think your angle with Lomachenko. Like, I felt like you knew how little Lomachenko was, and you kind of capitalized off of that.
Heck no, that man was a lot to deal with. Y'all don't understand. The man was number one.
Yeah,
over
sure.
Canelo,
Sure.
over Crawford, over Inu.
But you don't think that the size advantage kind of helped you?
Bro, styles make fights, not the size.
Again, he's trying so hard to make it seem like Teo outsized Lomachenko, and that was his claim to fame. But furthermore, Boxing Ego, don't forget.
That try to fight, want to win.
That would be amazing,
It's
yeah.
a fun fight. It's a fun fight. It's a fun fight to make. It's technically good. There's a lot of people probably right now like, Lomachenko beat him. He didn't stop this guy. So a lot of people probably won't even believe me. So why not make the fight?
No, I know it's a good fight. I'm saying, do you think he wants to fight?
No, he don't want to fight. Shakur, go get some pay up.
That was Shakur Stevenson doing exactly what you thought he was doing, calling him out. So let me get this straight. You look at the fight week festivities. Shakur, who was a 135-pounder, is moving to 140 to fight Teo, the champion. At the fight week festivities, he physically looks bigger than Teofimo Lopez. Even in recent training camp photos, he looks bigger. And I've already made videos about that, right? Where he looks bigger than Teofimo Lopez, right? Then he gets on the face-off, almost rubbing it in Teo's face like, hey, remember when you said that I was tiny? Well, now that you see me, do you still feel that? So he's almost, there's like a bit of chagrin with Shakur Stevenson that he's like, look at me. I'm all grown up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. I'm not that small. I'm not as small as you thought. But then in other interviews, he's playing the role like, man, I need a rehydration clause to fight Conor Benn or Devin Haney because these guys are big and I'm really not that big. You guys are the ones that want me to fight at 147. This man is all over the place, right? Now, Teo fought Lomachenko. It was an excellent win, probably his best win, right? And now you're trying to find and nitpick and talk about, oh, don't you think it was because your size advantage? This is why you had success with Lomachenko? But you're the same man who called out Lomachenko yourself. And again, I just mentioned you look bigger than Teofimo throughout this whole build, right? This is Teo in camp right now. This is current Teo. He looked kind of small. So this is the 140-pounder See, this is why I'm amazing, excellent at my job. Because y'all can say whatever you want, but the breadcrumbs are there. Teofimo looks exceptionally lean, and he don't look huge, right? And this is a 140-pounder. Meanwhile, let's see if we can find it. And this is what I was saying about Tank. Look at how small Tank look, bro. Tell me Tank don't look tiny. Look at his legs, look at his arms and stuff, right? So I showed you Tank, I showed you Teofimo, and now we got to find and look at Shakur Stevenson, right? We got to find how Shakur Stevenson is currently and recently looking. I know, I'm pretty sure I posted it. If not, I got it on my computer and I'll pull it up. You know what? I'll just go to his page. So boom. So I'm on his page. This is current Shakur Stevenson. Tell me he don't look bigger than Tank, who you've called out. Tell me he don't look better than Teofimo. So this is the 135-pounder who's moving up, and look at him as he gets ready for Teo. Versus look at the picture I just showed you of Teofimo Lopez. So he look in shape, but he also looks bigger than Teo. I'm just going to keep saying that. He looked bigger than Teo. Even in like the face-offs. Let's see if we can get a face-off. See if I can get a face-off. I'm waiting for that face-off. Look. And he tried to make it like he was tiny and he was small. We're not buying it, bro. Come on. Where's the face-off? You don't got no Teo face-off? Oh, wow. I thought they would have a face-off. Maybe they put it towards the end. I haven't watched this, so I wasn't familiar with it. Boom. Tell me he don't look bigger. That's what I'm telling you. Tell me he's taller. Tell me he don't look bigger. I'm giving you all you need to make it up in your own mind. Tell me he don't look bigger than Teofimo Lopez. And he got like a big jacket on and Teo doesn't. I get that. But I've also showed you in camp training photos. So that jacket don't really matter. You know what I mean? The jacket is one thing, but I'm showing you pictures without the jacket as well, where he still looks bigger than Teofimo Lopez, right? So what are you talking about? And then now you're doing this face-off and you're like trying to taunt him. Like, remember you said I was too small to move up? It's like this kid is like a narcissist. Very narcissistic behavior. Like, you're trying to taunt Teofimo for something he said 2 years ago, and you've been looking bigger than him. And I don't understand the motive. Now you're talking about the Loma fight, talking about, man, don't you think you being so much bigger, you had a size advantage?
Crawford over Inu.
But you don't think you kind of capitalized off of that?
Heck,
Go with Lomachenko. Like, I felt like you knew how little Lomachenko was, and you kind of capitalized off of that.
heck no, that man was a lot to deal with. Y'all don't understand. The man was number one.
Yeah,
over
sure.
Canelo,
Sure.
over Crawford, over Inu.
But you don't think that the size advantage kind of helped you?
Bro, styles make fights, not the size.
I agree with that.
He said styles make fights, not the size, Teo. And then Shakur said, I agree with that. So if you agree that styles make fights and not the size, then why'd you bring up you were way bigger than Lomachenko? 2, why do you need a rehydration clause with Conor Benn and Devin Haney when you just agreed with Teofimo that styles make fights, and if you got the style, you can deal with somebody being a bit bigger? Get this man out of here with these contradictions.
The size advantage kind of helped you.
Bro, styles make fights, not the size.
I agree with that. I'm with you on that.
I agree with you on that. I'm with you with that. Then why won't you fight Devin Haney without a rehydration clause? Especially since you had a problem when Tank had one. Why won't you fight Conor Benn, who just fought at 160 and would have to shave a lot of pounds to come back down to 147? If you agree with Teofimo, I'm with you on that. I agree with you on that. He just says styles make fights, not just size advantage.
It's not the size.
I agree with that. I'm with you on that. But for the first 6 rounds, he didn't punch.
Because
Bro, now he's saying this first 6 rounds he didn't punch.
I didn't let him.
You didn't let him punch?
Absolutely not.
Now he's trying to play the role. Teo's like, I didn't let him punch. That's exactly what happened. Loma, if you put him in with a scrub, then he's punching in the first 6 rounds. But when he fought Teo and then later Devin, clearly they had certain things they were doing, right? That, especially Teo. Teo was doing certain things, right? Where it made Lomachenko hesitant to engage because he hadn't really fought like that to that point, because it was before the Jermaine Ortiz fight. It was before the Devin Haney fight. So Teo was the first one to kind of stall out Lomachenko in them early rounds. These are facts, bro. These are the facts. Now, I can continue to cook you because you guys can't do nothing about it, because I'm really that nice. I'm really him. I'm really that nice.
Like I said, man.
I'm really that great at what I do, and I'm going to prove it to you. I don't have to. I could literally end the video right now and be done with it. So this is why Shakur need a PR person. You are all over the place as it pertains to weight. You're saying Teofimo used his size advantage as an angle to his victory, right? He used his size angle, and then Teo is rebutting you, saying the reason Loma wasn't punching for several rounds is because of me. Styles make fights. Styles make fights. It had nothing to do with anything else other than I put him in that predicament, right? So Shakur, in my opinion, Shakur is kind of playing dumb when it comes to how boxing works. And then Shakur says, oh man, I agree with you. I agree with you. Styles do make fights, which I've already proven the contradiction in terms of, okay, if Styles make fights and it's not about size, then why won't you fight Conor Benn or Devin Haney? The man is trapped. The more he does interviews, and now I'm gonna further bury him, because if your whole angle is Teofimo used size advantage to fight and beat Lomachenko, even though you later agreed that size could be negated with skill, then explain this.
What was your assessment of what you saw tonight between Devin Haney and Vasyl Lomachenko, 2 men in your weight class?
Lomachenko should be undisputed champion. He won.
You said when Devin Haney fought Lomachenko that Lomachenko should be undisputed and he won the fight. You were in the ring on a Top Rank show. Boom. This is Lomachenko, right? And this is Devin Haney. And you can clearly see who the bigger person is. I'm cooking y'all. Y'all can't with me. I'm cooking y'all. So let me put this together. Your
Weight class.
Lomachenko should be undisputed champion. He won.
Wow.
He won. He won that fight.
What was it about his performance tonight that makes you say that he deserved the win?
He landed the cleaner punches. He landed the cleaner shots on Dev, and he pushed the pace.
Devin was way bigger than Lomachenko. Even more so, I would say, when he rehydrated, than Teofimo Lopez. So you're trying to strip away credit from Teofimo Lopez, talk about, don't you think you used the size advantage versus Lomachenko because you were so much bigger? Why he didn't punch for 6 rounds? But then the same individual got in ring after Devin Haney, who was much bigger than Lomachenko, got in the ring and was like, man, Loma won the fight. He should be undisputed. And he said the smaller guy won the fight, cleaner punches, more effective, aggressive, and he was a true winner of the fight, and he got robbed. Bro.
It's not the size. Man, the man was number one.
Like, I felt like you knew how little Lomachenko was, and you kind of capitalized off of that.
Heck no, that man was a lot to deal with. Y'all don't understand. The man was number one.
Yeah,
over
sure.
Canelo,
Sure.
over Crawford, over Inu.
But you don't think that the size advantage kind of helped you?
Bro, stop.
You don't think the size advantage kind of helped you?
Between Devin Haney and Vasyl Lomachenko, 2 men in your weight class.
Lomachenko should be undisputed champion. He won.
Wow.
He won that fight.
But then you said Devin, who was bigger than Lomachenko, lost the fight. Bro, get this man out of here, bro. Y'all can't compete with me. That's what I'm saying. Shakur, he a good little fighter. You might as well just pack it up and just fight. These interviews are not for you, bro. Because you keep saying all this other stuff and you're contradicting yourself. Point blank, period. And I keep exposing it. You're trying to hate on Tio for his win on Lomachenko. Don't you think because you were bigger that had a lot to do with it? Why wasn't he punching for 6 rounds? Okay, cool. If size, even though you later admit when he was like, man, it was my style. Styles make fights, not the size. And you're like, man, I agree with you. So why are you saying this about Tio was just bigger? And then if you're going to go there and say Tio being bigger is the reason he won, then explain how on earth Devin, who was even bigger size differential to Lomachenko, why you said he lost to Lomachenko in a very close fight, where Loma also didn't really punch for the first 5-6 rounds. Bro, I can't be beat. I'm unbeatable at my craft. None of this is making sense, and it's just making you look bad. As a man, you're better off just giving credit, saying, hey, you beat Lomachenko, props to you. But you, being a narcissist, you're trying to find ways to make it look like Tio cheated or it wasn't really skill that got him the victory versus Lomachenko. It was a size differential, which, again, if it was a size differential, then Devin should have won because it was a close fight, and he was way bigger than Lomachenko. To the point where when they had a face-off where Lomachenko just beat Jermaine Ortiz, my memory is impeccable. Loma beat Jermaine Ortiz. I really thought he should have lost the fight, but whatever. Devin got in the ring, and he didn't have a fight, and he confronted Lomachenko because they were trying to build the fight because he had just beaten Kambosos. Devin looked huge and puffy and blown up, and Lomachenko was like, this guy's a lightweight. He looks heavyweight. He looks like a heavyweight. Loma said that to Devin Haney's face, right? Literally. So why did Shakur think that Devin lost? This is what happens when you hate. This is what happens when you hate. This is what happens when you hate, y'all. He literally told Devin to his face, this guy is huge.
Devin Haney, the dream, is here, and it's obviously very important.
I got all the receipts. I got all receipts.
I know that if me and Loma was to fight, a better version would be on that night. But congratulations, and hopefully we can get it on.
You have said...
Is lightweight? Is this lightweight?
He's a big lightweight, huh?
No, it's heavyweight.
He said, is this guy a lightweight? Is he a lightweight? This guy's really a heavyweight. And look how big Devin looked next to Lomachenko, which further proves my greatness. I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close, because I told you these Gen Z fighters are capping with their weights, and they're walking around weights, and their fight weights are two different things, and they're exploitative in nature, how much weight they're cutting to be in these smaller divisions. It's like I can't be wrong.
Styles make fights, not the size.
I agree with that. I'm with you on that. But for the first 6 rounds, he didn't punch.
Because I didn't let him.
You didn't let him punch?
Absolutely not.
Okay. I want to see this magic. Must be magic then, man.
Why have you been waiting for this moment?
A lot of people ain't give us the opportunity to show how great we is.
Bro, get this man out of here. A lot of people didn't give us this opportunity to show how great we is. Tio got opportunities. So I hate when people try to lump you in with their stuff. Man, the cops want to talk to us. No, the cops want to talk to you. Like, I ain't do nothing. Like, you the drug dealer. Like, don't be like, cops want to talk to us. Do you know what I'm saying? When someone try to lump you in with the equation, like, man, mom and dad is mad at us. No, they mad at you. I was in my room. They not mad at me. I didn't break the vase. I was in my room on the PlayStation, right? And they try to lump your sibling or whoever try to lump you in.
As motivated for this fight as he is?
I'm determined. It's a difference. I'm determined. No motivation. I have all the motivation I need. Got my family of my life.
Senior was doing his best to try to get you to commit to fighting the same way you did against Zepeda.
Truthfully, I fight whatever style to win. Whatever style comes up that I gotta win a fight is what I'm gonna do. So I'm not worried about anything he's talking about. So I just hope they don't expect that version of me, expect a better version of me come fight night.
So boom, I'll probably make that a separate video. Shakur is pretty much letting you know, don't expect the version of me you got versus Zepeda, where I was fighting like Rambo and like, come on, like a Rocky movie. Hey, yo, tell me you want to fight? What do you mean? Tell me good. Like, he's basically letting you know that I look at, like, and then you'll say like Tio is not skilled, then fight him like you fought Zepeda. Bro, this man, I'm done. I'm really done, bro. Because now I'm getting mad. Now y'all making me mad. Because I know what I'm saying is true. You can't hate and denigrate somebody's skills, but then it like, oh man, Tio, I don't think he's that skilled. Why he fight Lomachenko like that? It was because he was bigger than Lomachenko. It wasn't. So you're making it a size issue more than a skill issue, which I've said throughout the video. Then Devin should have won if size was the only thing that mattered, because we know Devin is bigger than Lomachenko, which I've said throughout this video. But other than that, you're trying to hate on Tio's skill by saying that size stuff with Lomachenko. But my next point is, why won't you commit to fighting non-Tom and Jerry style, guns blazing like you did Zepeda? Do that with Teofimo, but you refuse to, and you're letting it be known. I don't care what his dad's talking about. I fight to win. I'm a fight that gives me the best possible chance to win, and da-da-da-da. And don't expect, he literally said, do not expect what you got in my last fight here.
Is what I'm going to do. So
Commit to fighting the same way you did against Zepeda.
Truthfully, I fight whatever style to win.
They said, are you going to fight the same way?
Press conference where it seemed like Teofimo Sr. was doing his best to try to get you to commit to fighting the same way you did against Zepeda.
Truthfully, I fight whatever style to win. Whatever style comes up that I gotta win a fight is what I'm going to do. So I'm not worried about anything he's talking about. So I just hope they don't expect that version of me, expect a better version of me come fight night.
Exactly, because he knows Tio got skill, and it would not probably be in his benefit to go all out from round one, throwing a million punches. You already admitted Zepeda had you sore, pause, but he had you sore for days, and you got touched up and hit more than you're used to. So Tio is bigger, he's better, he's more athletic, he's more explosive, he's a bigger puncher, he's a more accomplished fighter, he has a better resume. So Shakur is telling, now I'm starting to get cold feet about this fight, because at first this was my natural inclination. I was like, the fight's cool, but it has a chance to be really good or lackluster. Now I'm starting to feel with what Shakur is saying and doing and how he's acting that it's not going to live up to what boxing fans have in their expectation. I see why these guys are jealous of Gervonta Davis. I really do, because Tank Davis is infamous, and when he fights, is money. People pay attention, and they're entertaining fights. Shakur, him saying don't expect what you got from the Zepeda fight here, lets me know that the game plan probably is not. And he said on the Andre Ward, Roy Jones show that he's pretty much gonna run and be sensible, and or just fight kind of like he did Nakathila and more like seasoned, instead of this like guns blazing. He knows that's not him. He knows that's not him. But my point is, if you don't rate Teo's skills, then you should fight him like Zepeda. Isn't that what you would do? If you don't think someone is that skilled, then fight him any old way. But deep down inside, you know Teofimo got hands and he got skills, so you don't want to fight him like you fought Zepeda. And I'm done talking about it. Let me know how I did. If you want a YouTube like me, use my link in my link me to get vidIQ or TubeBuddy. That'll step your YouTube game up. It's a tool I use for these videos to rank and search and all that good stuff. If you want to stream like me, use StreamYard. All my affiliate links are in my link me in the description. And if you're just a fan of boxing and you want the free news, there's many ways to support. But if you want the free news that pushes the channel forward, a simple like, share the video, engage with the video, come back to the next video, all that good stuff. We unpacked. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new. But even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast.